Hello and welcome to Times Now. This is Ridhita Chatterjee and at this point I'm joined by Satadru Dutta, under whose precedence the Messi tour in India took place, or the GOAT India tour took place. But how did it seem like? Because as the moment of Bengal started, a lot of controversies came up front. However, the rest of India had the beautiful tour for Messi to be witnessed on ground. Hello and welcome to Times Now. First question that I come to you with is, it was your brainchild, the GOAT India tour, but it did not formulate or did not fall into place like you dreamt like. How does that feel?
Well, being a born son of soil, I planned that I wanted to start it from Calcutta only, the GOAT tour. And Messi 13 years back, I guess, came to Calcutta. So I thought football being it's like a religion in Calcutta,
yes,
in Bengal. So why not start with Calcutta and give a tribute to the fans to make of football? But then unfortunately things didn't went what I planned, and there are many reasons for that. I can tell you, I have done my part in the sense of taking permissions from all the competent authorities, be it police, be it government. The central ministry, home ministry issued a Z category event. The chief minister was the chief guest, so it became a Z plus event. Shah Rukh Khan was part of it. Sourav Ganguly was part of it. CM was part of it, and obviously Messi was there. So as a normal organizer, when I have done all the ticked all the check boxes and followed all the SOPs, I thought event will be smooth. I had shared the show floor to the police, and we had detailed discussion about the show floor. It's a micro discussion of the show floor, because the show floor was a universal one for all the cities, be it Hyderabad, be Mumbai and Delhi. Only the stars changed, few of the otherwise the micro thing was same. So, and we also issued accreditation card, because accreditation card is very important, because it's a high profile event and it's Messi. So the accreditation card was approved by the police. Then there was a close proximity card. That means whoever can come close to Messi. There was a separate card for that. Then there, in that accreditation card, there was zone wise difference. In the field of play, there are very, very few limited people who are allowed. I can tell you one thing, the sports minister was not part of the show floor. The show floor was simple. Messi comes, Messi meets the two teams footballers, officials. Then he takes a photo with the flag bearers. Then he does a tiki-taka football activities with the kids. Then the Shah Rukh Khan comes, a king moment. Then the chief minister comes. There is a felicitation, and then Sourav Ganguly comes, a felicitation, and then a final felicitation of the Santosh Trophy winning team, Bengal team. Yeah. So that was the simple show flow. It was divided into microseconds, and Messi's team and we did a recce day before the event. The police, we had a complete discussion with the police. 3 days back, I went to DG's office with the CP Bidhannagar and ADG Law and Order. We had a detailed discussion. Even I told that it's Messi, so we need to be very, very careful. I hinted them that I'm getting pressure from a very powerful circle that passes has to be issued inside the ground. I told them that be a little bit careful. So they said, no, you don't worry, everything will be taken care. But unfortunately, during the day, on that very day, the moment I entered in the ground, I saw with Messi, I saw there are many unsolicited, crowd, policemen, media guys, bureaucrats, their families standing inside the ground. Yeah. So I went, the moment I met the CP, he was there, the DG was also there. First I met the CP, I asked, sir, how so many people, and how they can come. He said, let us start the event. We started the event. The moment we start the event.
Just cut you out here to get an understanding. We have seen that once he was in Hyatt, in the morning Shudit Bose was there. There was a grand idol that was made out of Messi in Bidhannagar area. He was well accumulated with the minister himself. He was talking, he was very sporting. Even I think when he entered into the field, he was happy about it. He was smiling and everything was going glorious. However, there was also an actor who was a part of that event. She came in, there was pictures. Families were spotted of various ministers in that spot when this ruckus began. Now to understand what was this close proximity area, and you were talking about passes that were passed on. So do you somewhere feel that this passes on forced ground or a forceful manner was issued to the families of certain ministers, or what was the pressure that was laid on police?
See, few clarification. First of all, the actress you are talking about, let's name it Shubhashri. Shubhashri was not part of the, he was not on the ground. She didn't took any photo in the ground. She took the photo in the meet and greet which happened in Hayat. So she was part of she was a brand ambassador of one of my sponsor. On that front she came. She has not taken a photo with Messi in the ground. I think it was a technical photo upload which happened, and then she was part of the program where she thanked she even thanked the crowd in the stadium, but she didn't took a photo there. That I can clarify. Secondly, the accreditation card was issued by us and it was approved by the Vidhannagar police, the special branch, and whether extra passes were not issued or not, investigation should happen. Impartial investigation should happen, because they can't fall from sky, right?
Yeah.
If I have not issued it, somebody has to issue it. So the investigation should happen.
Was there any force applied, you feel, towards the former government?
Absolutely, the pressure from the sports minister was there before the event. He was pushing me for the accreditation card, which I was not, agreeing. I said no. Why should I issue? I have given you tickets. That's it. And whatever initial request you are giving for the inside ground accreditation, I'll give. But nobody should come inside the field of play. But then, he, on a certain day he said, okay, I don't need a permission from you, because the ground is owned by the government, and it's up to me what I'll do. See, then I informed it to the police that, this is the scenario, but I don't know. I thought police will take an action, or, they'll take a cognizance of it. But on that very day, there are people whom I have not given the accreditation card. Then who has given? So that's why the special investigation team which was formed, and surprisingly the CP was show-caused, but he was also part of the SIT. They questioned me, but they didn't ask anybody or called anybody who was there in the ground. It was there in the public domain that the sports minister was there. Many other bureaucrats were there. Many other family members were there. Nobody was called. They should have been called.
Do you remember the approximate number as to how many people were there in that close proximity area of Messi?
It should be, a figure should be close to 100, and more 50-60 will be around the ground. That's for sure. It's in the public domain. You go and see Sony Live, it's still there, or we have a footages. It was produced by Doordarshan, so it can't be tampered, right?
Well, absolutely. When you speak about the public domain and how it has come out on news, we also see there was a behavioral notice that was raised out by Messi's team itself when the sports minister was found to hold Messi's shoulder. I think that is the time you also issued one of the warnings, or you came into forefront to move the people. What exactly happened, I want to know.
See, I'll tell you, it happened impromptu. I never expected anybody, be it a sports minister or be it somebody. You meet a legend, you should do a handshake, not touching his waist. First thing he touched was shoulder, then waist. So that is a bad touch in Latin American culture. The first thing, you can't do it. It's Lionel Messi. Then he has a problem with claustrophobia. Messi doesn't like too much crowd, around him. So he was chasing Messi and me wherever we were going. He was not supposed to be part of the show floor. So he shouldn't have, even if he have taken the photo, he should have left the ground. But he didn't. He was calling his bureaucrat friends, telling them to take photos, and then I was protesting. It's there in the public domain that I was telling him why you are taking this photo.
Again, allegations came forward to you. You were the one who was held liable for that entire fact. Then what is the next step that you look up to now?
I'll tell you one thing. See, that is obviously somebody has to take the responsibility. I'm a weak guy. I'm the organizer. You can't put the blame to sports minister before an election and put him into jail. That's not easy. So somebody has to be made a scapegoat or responsible. So I was the scapegoat. It's the public backlash, somebody has to take the responsibility, right? The police can't, you can't have the police be jailed, you know. That's why I'm telling you, the new government should do a investigation, a thorough investigation, a impartial investigation, where, you know, even if a CID comes, it's good. They should investigate my role. They should investigate everyone's role, including the sports minister. How he brought his family members inside the ground, on what capacity he was taking photos, on what capacity his bodyguards came inside the ground, and then what capacity many other bureaucrats came inside the ground. Everything should be thoroughly investigated, because without investigation, the truth will not come out. And I'll also see, I'm not going to leave it, because I got defamed. I got damaged, financially damaged. So I'll take I'm taking, you know.
Are you taking any legal action?
Absolutely, I'm taking legal action. I'm filing a 100 crores case against everybody who intruded that day, even including the sports minister.
Well, another question, after this incident, we have seen that the former sports minister, Mr. Biswas, he filed a resignation to the chief minister. Do you think that was a fake drama just to get away from the, like, being an escapist?
See, it is like the same farce like the special investigation team, where they only questioned me, and it was headed, one of the member was show caused in that very event. So that is same farce like he resigned. What he is about to resign, you know, how does it make a difference? If he resigned, good, it was that much, you know, he could have done. I was in the jail for 38 days, he had resigned, but still he was very powerful. Let's be very honest, he was there.
Was that just a drama that you feel?
Obviously, now I feel it was something eyewash for the general public.
Well, with the new government coming in form, do we expect such legendary figures coming back to Bengal under your perseverance or under your brainstorm?
So I'll tell you, my other events happened in Mumbai and Delhi. Both are BJP government. Even in Hyderabad, it's a Congress government, but they were very professional. All these three states, the police and the government was very professional, and they had drawn a line between the politicians and police and the security. See, you have to draw a line. If you see the other three cities, none of any other government officials were there leaving the chief minister and whatever they had approved. And nobody, you know, what I'll tell, nobody was surrounding Messi. They were doing it in a professional manner, be it Sachin Tendulkar, be it Ajay Devgan, be it Jai Shah, be it Rohan Jetli, be it Rahul Gandhi. Everybody was acting in a matured way, in a professional way. Why? Because they knew their state respect and reputation was on the line. They were carrying the respect of the state, as well as it's all about the country also. You understand, if something would have happened in Calcutta with Messi, it would have been an international embarrassment, because it's Lionel Messi. He has the World Cup next year. On that, it was World Cup this year, right? So you just think what would have happened.
Absolutely. So, under the new government's regime in Bengal starting off, do we see any such new projects or new faces, legendary faces coming to Bengal?
Absolutely, I'll definitely try provide, you know, if the new government gives me the security, why not? I don't need any other things. Only give me the security and I'll do it. I've done it for 15 years. Never has happened like this, right? So, it's not very big rocket science. You just give me a open space with only accredited member, people. I'll execute it. It's nothing, you know, extraordinary has to be done. It's just people have to be matured. They should obey the law. Nobody is beyond the law. They should maintain the protocols. That's it.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to Times Now. That was Satadru Dutta, under whose perseverance and brainstorming that India had seen the legendary Lionel Messi coming here, the GOAT India tour happening. However, he has now claimed about the controversy that has raised in Bengal during Messi's visit, which turned that entire incident to be very messy. Not only making him liable, but also making the people who had wanted and dreamt of watching Messi prey to the entire incident. This is Rita Chatterjee with my camera person Indrajit Mukherjee reporting from Kolkata for Times Now.